Yeah, yeah. I think there might be a little bit of a delay today. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thanksgiving episode of uh, Love, Death, and Taxes. I'm Ryan O'Neill Williams, and my lovely co-host is Agnes Amisano. Let's get into an episode where I am going to um, play piano on the back there. All right, hold
I
on
can't
one
wait.
second. Let me just get to my piano.
So, what are you going to
And
play
for
for
those
us
of you who
tonight?
thought that sounded more like a synth, Tchaikovsky, Tchaikovsky, or a little piece right there.
Chopin, by
Ladies
the
and gentlemen, welcome
Chopin.
again to Love, Death, and Thanksgiving
Yes.
today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving, Agnes. I see you're decked out in lovely things. I'm moving towards Christmas already in my red, but I see you're decked out still in your lovely Thanksgiving outfit. Um, how has your week been? How are you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving, my dear. It's been beautiful. Yesterday we had one of my favorite day, which was Thanksgiving. It was very nice and quiet. My husband and I, and we're having a big celebration tomorrow with the family from all over the place, which is beautiful. And so I love those. I love those days when it's a holiday, and I don't have to get up very early. I don't have to make sure that everything has to be done at certain time. So it was one of my beautiful days where I had lazy morning and I still got everything done on time. And today I worked very hard decorating for Christmas. So we move on from one holiday and we are in a full holiday spirit.
Yeah, I feel as though after Thanksgiving, although some people are doing it before now, um, after Thanksgiving, you really get into the high gear of Christmas. Like people definitely complete their shopping. People definitely move forward with all of the decorations. Although I see a lot of people start putting up their Christmas decorations like almost right after Halloween. It's blowing my mind at this point. But yeah, we start to get all that and get into that groove. And I'm sure for some people it can be very stressful. It can be very moving as well because you know you're actually going to hang out with family and or friends. And yes, thankfully for you, it was actually quite quiet, and you get that day off or 2 days off here in the United States.
You know,
I
there is
went
there
and
is a
hung out with
British.
friends,
Mhm.
so it's kind of a friends giving, even though is
Go ahead, go ahead.
you're saying
No, I was saying
no.
that
Okay,
this is
so
very
what I was
short
saying was
period.
that
We're having a little delay
we have
here
such a
between.
delay today, right?
Yes, yes. So we do have a
All right, all right.
problem.
Let's do a right, right. So I'm going to speak and then stop and speak and then stop. Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us as we get this done. But yes, go ahead. Tell me how you what you were going to say just now.
Well, there is, when you're starting a holiday season, there is such a short time between Halloween and Christmas that Thanksgiving it's just pushed in between for a very short period of time. I love when in Canada they have Thanksgiving in October. You have more time to actually enjoy Christmas. You have longer period of time to plan, to decorate, to enjoy the beautiful lights. It's a different atmosphere in a house when you have everything decorated or decked out inside and out for Christmas. It brings that special spark in your heart. Where here in United States, that Thanksgiving has very small window of displaying your decorations of turkey and fall leaves and those kind of things. So that's why you have see. Plus,
Yes.
for myself, I can see that there's time constriction to between the weather permitting and your time permitting between work and your personal life to put out all the decorations outside. It takes planning. It takes planning. So sometimes you see people will put everything out much earlier than anticipated. Plus, at the end of parade, Macy's parade, who's coming? Santa is coming. So there you have all Christmas mode from the end of that parade. Everything is on. Everything is on. There's no stops. There's no stops whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You kind of get into this move like, now here you go. You've got to get this done. It's time, now or never. And I feel like that time right after Thanksgiving, they literally say, here is Black Friday. We're kicking off the shopping right now. And then right after that, the next day, Small Business Saturday. We want you to shop right now. And then you get a break for Sunday. And then Monday, it's Cyber Monday. I want you to buy something online right now. It's real serious. It's a lot of pressure sometimes, I think, especially for a small business, for example, or someone who works for small businesses, for example. It's always a constant, like, what's coming next, what's coming. And while it can be stressful, it's also, I, I don't know about you, but I am thankful for my attitude of finding joy in getting things done. Like, I love to challenge myself to get things done. What's next? What's next? What's next? And do them well. And so it's kind of an interesting dichotomy of, oh my gosh, there's so much to be done, but you can move forward and do it. But I'm thankful for that. So if we're going to get into, Leah, what are we thankful for this last year? Absolutely. That's one of the things that I'm thankful for. And you?
I have so many things to be and people, especially specifically people to be thankful for. My family the most. My husband, my son, my daughter-in-law, my grandchildren, um, my family, my siblings, my cousins. I mean, you saw display of love of my family. You experienced it yourself a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that I couldn't be happier to have them in my life, really. And plus, like I said, I'm on a streak of making my dreams come true. So I'm persistent with that, making step by step, slowly but surely. So that's a beautiful thing that I can actually do that at this stage in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for friends and you
Oh,
mainly,
thank you.
for helping me to be part of achieving my dreams and
Yeah, yeah.
challenging me as well. And challenging me
I
as well.
have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look out for this because they're coming. Okay, Sunday, Agnes and I'm going to put this without telling you what it is. I want you to look out for things on this channel. I want you to look out for things on her social media, because we actually sat down and put in some work that I think that's what she's referring to. But we really put in some work on this week, and we have been able to effortlessly kind of do this thing that we do here. The conversation between the two of us kind of comes naturally because we're good conversationalists. And I feel as though we both are driven to do certain things. So that is one thing. But when you have to sit and say, exactly, let's focus in on this one aspect here and get that done and do that put that content into a specific format, it makes it a little bit more difficult, right? Were you? I didn't feel like you were struggling, but I definitely felt like you were like, I've got to power through to get this done on Sunday, right? I'm sorry, guys, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it was we were doing.
Well, it was
How did you feel?
it was something new that I haven't done before. That's number one.
Yes.
And maybe I didn't expect it to be done this way, the way you presented, which was great, by the
Okay.
way.
Oh, thank you.
So it's aspect of a little bit of surprise and like, okay, am I really like, I wasn't exactly in a prepared for this,
Okay.
what
Okay.
we did, but as you saw, I did what I needed to do, and
I remember at one point
I
you
stood
went,
up.
sat at the table, and you were like, "Huh, I want to get this done." And I was like, "Look at her! Look at her! Look at her! Pulling up, put on the big girl pants, and got it. We ground through it. Like you were like, I'm gonna grind through this. This is going to happen. There is no question. I'm gonna get it done." And then I flipped it too. I was like, okay, not only we're gonna do it in this language, we're gonna do it in this language too. And then you were like, oh, that's fascinating. You loved it at first, but then you realize it's double the work, right? And so we pushed through and got it done. But I was very, very proud to be a part of that too. But I was also very proud of you because you were like, okay, I've done this before, and people just get um, people who I consider to be exceptionally intelligent cannot manage to do and grind through the difficult things. It's very interesting. It's very interesting how, and I'm not saying you're not a very bright woman. That's not the. It,
Thank you.
it's to be. It's to be both intelligent and have the um the stick to itiveness, the commitment to finish a project. And sometimes you're right. Sometimes I have had a couple of clients who say, you know, Ryan, you can be pushy. And I'm like, well, I kind of,
Yep.
I'm selling things. That's what we do. We're marketing. If I'm marketing you to some extent, yeah, I got to be a little pushy. And the truth is, marketing is, hey, let's follow up and do it again. Let's follow up and do it again. Let's check and check, check, try until they buy or they. I'm sorry, say this on Love, Death, and Taxes. You try until they buy or they die. That's one of the sayings in marketing or sales. You want to make sure that or they can say no. People can say, I don't want to get your information anymore. But I
Persistence.
love the fact that you are persistent. Yes, that is an amazing quality to see. And I was like, yes, we got these. We put them in the can. And by the way, I'm still working on them. But you, ladies and gents, you are going to be looking for some amazing things as we go into the true tax season coming from Agnes's new nytaxresolution.com or tax resolutions and bookkeeping, her company. Okay. Look at this. We've got we've got a couple of, it didn't give their name, but hey, we've got a couple of people here saying happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
and that's
Thanksgiving.
true. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. It's good to see you too. But yeah, I mean, serious work. Like, get it done, knock it out. Because I have had people who are really smart, very intelligent, but for whatever reason cannot stick to it and get the work done. And it wasn't even me so much on you. You said, I could feel like you're like, I'm going to challenge myself to get this done. And like, oh, you changed position. You went to a different place. I was like, yeah, she's into it. I was so proud of you. You have no idea. I didn't say anything right away because I didn't want to like encourage you or discourage you. I wanted to see what happened. But I'm very, very proud of the work that we got done last week Sunday. And ladies and gents, if you are having difficulty um, putting together content for your local independent business, for your professional services, you should really check it out. We're going to be doing some things on the channel, but then also just reach out to me and see whatever is going on. But for real, nytaxresolutions.com is what you want to be looking out for, or Agnes the Tax Pro, because in the next month, 2 months, you're going to see some amazing things. We have more to do, by the way. What did
Yes.
we do? 7? We got 7 or 8 done.
Yeah.
Let's knock out the actual 20. All
But
right.
that's the
So,
beginning.
but yes, I am thankful for for you, for friends, for all the stuff that we actually accomplished this year, for moving forward, even when I thought, how do I put this? Certain um, relationships that came to an end would pump the brakes on my moving forward, but they did not. They did not. It is what it is. Um, and if you think I'm talking about you, or you're not sure I'm talking about you, it is you. It
Thank
is
you.
you. It's you. No, no. It's not malicious. It's just, hey, listen. Uh, the nature of all partnerships is that at some point they end, right? Last night, somebody was saying 50% of marriages end in death, and I was like, no, 100% of marriages end in death. And you really have to look
50%
and say, oh,
divorce. Yeah. It's the other
yeah.
D word. It's the other D
Yes,
word.
exactly. That's what she was saying. That's what she was figuring out. But I was like, no, no, they all ended, all marriages. But yeah, all relationships change, and it doesn't. You don't have to be upset about it. You can be an adult about it, my
You know,
friends.
my husband and I, put we put we created our own marriage vows when we got married 10 years ago, and they weren't traditional.
Mm,
Part of our marriage vows were that we are going to support each other throughout the changes that we go through life,
I
through
like that.
that we're going to be there supporting each other, because we both know that standing still, your life's going to be stagnant. To evolve, to keep moving, you have to keep changing. So don't expect, well, we both are, we know, and we talk about it sometimes and we laugh lovingly, that we are not the same people that we were 10 years ago. We are challenging ourselves, pushing forward, finding new things. Our interests are changing, our opinions are changing, because we, as human beings, we supposed to, each and every one of us, we're supposed to learn, we're supposed to develop, we're supposed to evolve. And if you want to stay together, you have to support each other, you know.
Yes, yes,
So I'm hoping that I'm going to be a little bit higher intellectually 10 years from now than I am today, and I know I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago. So
yes,
if you want marriage to stay together, you have to support each other. You have to show some interest in your spouses or your partners' uh, ventures. You don't have to be part of them, but at least show the interest and show the support. That's very
absolutely,
important. Otherwise,
absolutely.
otherwise, like, can you imagine how boring life would be? You going through life, let's say you married 60 years and you are still the same exact person you were when you met. And what's exciting in life? W- I mean, like, really, I
We
can't imagine.
might, we might be you and I might be a type of person who likes to see change and things be different. Because I have had people say to me, like I've written on social media or whatever, change is inevitable or change is
It,
constant. And
it,
there
it
were people
is.
who were upset about that. People were upset. They were like, no, I don't want things to change. I was like, what? Every minute of every
You have no
second of
choice.
every day. Yeah, exactly. You have no choice. This is a truth. I'm not making it up. Change is happening every single second of every day. Someone just died. Someone was just born. Someone just died. Another person just born. That is the world. This world. Every second something is changing. And as I am speaking and creating this with you right now, our world is changing. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for change. I'm happy that there are challenges that I can actually meet or try to meet because of change. Everything is changing in 2024. You'd be surprised. Everything is changing in 2024. Um,
What we should
from
really what we should really
Mhm.
hold on to is the appreciation of other people, love that we have for our family and friends, and that feeling of staying persistent and curious. The curiosity
Yes.
that
Oh,
what makes us a little bit, more exciting, of curious of like, okay, what else can we do? And if you start something, you know let's see through it. It's going to come out or it's going to fail, but at least you will know at the end where that took you.
where it
you
went.
know one
Yes.
thing
Yes.
i'm always one thing I'm afraid, and that's why I am the way I am. I don't want to be this old lady sitting on my rocking chair and be like 80 some years old if I live long enough, and then regret, I should have stick with this, I should have do that, I should have tried this. At least I know that certain things will work out in my life, certain things won't work out in my life, but at least I tried it. At least I tried
Yes.
it.
Yes. At
That's
least
me.
I tried. I'm I turned 50 this year. Thankful for that. There were times in my teens I didn't think I would make it past my mid 20s. Not because both because of where I am from, parts of where I'm from, but also because of the way I am sometimes perceived in the world, in America, in the United States of America, even in Jamaica, on this hemisphere of the world, right? There were times I did not think, and so to reach 50, like double that, I'm very happy about that. My grandfather, I think, died when he was 73, so I am 2/3 of the way there. So I'm happy about that. And I think it's really important to have had as many stories as I do actually have. Sometimes people tell me like, Ryan, you have a story for everything. It's like I've lived life, man. I'm out here living it. I take chances. I'm sorry, some of them don't always pan out. I'm sorry, but I have a great story for almost everything and anytime because I feel like that's important. It's important to take chances. It's important to try to better yourself and move forward. And I'm thankful for that, for absolutely sure. Um, what did you have to eat, or what are you going to have to eat? Because I know you're doing two Thanksgivings. You got lucky. You have family who you hang out with, just you and your husband yesterday, right? But now, yeah, I understand you're going to another thing. What are your traditions? Are they general food things like we expect or is it anything special?
Well, Thanksgiving, it's not exactly a European tradition, so I didn't brought that with me. I learn all
Okay.
the traditions here. So
Yes.
either if I'm hosting or even if it's just the two of us, believe it or not, I'm still cooking traditional Thanksgiving dinner, which I did yesterday.
Okay.
Turkey, stuffing, all the trimmings, everything. I'm
Okay.
blessed to have a wonderful sister-in-law that she's hosting tomorrow, and the things that I have to do, like she said, just show up. So
Oh,
yay.
very nice. Very nice.
Thank you,
I
Bev. Thank you so much, Bev. I love you. So
Yes, ma'am. If you ever see this, we are so thankful for you as
yes.
well. It's fantastic. That's great. I spent Thanksgiving, and I've been doing this for a few years, like on and off, because either the kids are with my ex or they are with me, depending on which holiday it is. But this one, they're away, and so I went and hung out with my friends who they have four. Yeah, they invite four couples. The Parkers invite four other couples and me. and their kids. And so it's a house full of people. And we are all there giving one another COVID and laughing and being goofy because we play games and watch TV and watch things. And then sometimes we gotta shoo the kids away because the games get wild and out of hand. But it's always delicious. The Parkers are the husband is Jamaican like me. The wife is African American, and they have an amazing way to make everybody feel comfortable. So we went and did that, and of course, there's jerk chicken with your turkey, and there's sweet potato pie with raisins on it, or candied yams and whatever, the whole spread, and it's a lot. And so I appreciate them and thankful for them for their fellowship, for the food, and for the time that they put into it. Because yeah, they just tell you, "Come on over, bring something," but come so. So everybody brings a little something, bring dessert or bring something to drink or whatever it is, and we hang out and do that. So that's what I did yesterday until 3 a.m. this morning. Thank you so much again, partner Marcus, because it's
Party
wild.
animal, party animal.
No, man. When I have a good time, I'm gonna have a good time, right? We party hard, we work hard, we
Absolutely.
party hard. I haven't done that in a long time. That's like from my DJ days, like back in the day. So I'm very, very thankful for them. I'm thankful for um, for yeah, the professional work that I've done this year, and some of the that was probably Sandra. I'll double check, but the professional work that I've done this year and the professional alliances that I have made this year, I'm very happy for. I'm very thankful for. With you, of course, my lovely co-star doing this and making this happen. Oh my gosh, you make the thing look so easy and so effortless. You have such patience, right? I don't know if you guys have been watching this show enough. Agnes is great at just sitting and waiting until Ryan
Where are you?
or, or has fixed out whatever else is going on on this thing, because technology can be unpredictable, and so I appreciate I do appreciate you so very much. Then big changes with artificial intelligence this year from a technology standpoint. Like everything has changed, made things faster, made things nice. So I'm very thankful for that because that's changed even my outlook on everything. A lot of people out here are going to get left behind, unfortunately, or we'll be able to put out more content because we're all paying attention and getting things done, right? Um,
I believe in
what
you.
else?
I believe in you.
You believe in me? Oh, I can't be me. I know I'm in it. I'm in it every day. When I spoke to someone last night. He said to me, "Are you able to just put words into the thing and it writes whatever it wants?" See, you have to learn how to do it. You got to learn how to do it. You have to do it exactly the way it needs to be done. It's like any other skill. Using artificial intelligence, like any other skill. And they had a big turnover and then a turn back over the weekend. I don't know if you know about that, but the gentleman who runs OpenAI, which is at
Yeah.
the, the lead of this thing, like was removed from CEO and then brought back, or it seems like he's being brought back
Yes,
because what
yes, yes, yes.
yeah, it's a very interesting thing. So that, and I've never seen anything like that in a business. Like all the people who work there decide, no, we want that guy. I've never seen that happen before, but
It
that
says
is,
a lot. It says a lot about him and about his
doesn't
character. Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know that's what they were attacking at first. Oh my gosh, I hope so. Sam Altman doesn't see this, but that's what they were attacking at first. They were saying he was being less than candid with them, and that for some reason or the other, we have to remove him because of that. The
The board.
artificial intelligence
Yeah.
revolution is is there are two different thoughts about it. There are a lot of people who are scared, and there are going to be scared things to be scared of. But there are a lot of people like, hey, we can use this as a tool to move ourselves forward. But we as humans need to decide not to be jerks to one another and use this thing against one another. And to pump the brakes right now, this is my opinion. My personal opinion is to pump the brakes now gives other people who may not have the same intention the ability and the time to catch up and then give us a problem. And I think we all need to actually like keep doing what we're doing and make it happen. Who's here? Who's here? See someone's
Yeah, I
coming through
saw
the
it.
comment
Yeah.
coming through. All right, we'll see. All right, so, but yes, what else? What else are you thankful for this year? What happened this year? You're really, oh, well, we're not even done with the year. We should do a year end thing, but
Listen,
thankfulness is still here. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
had two so far, two big things happening in this year, and the year is not over yet.
You
In my
right?
personal life, I had my dream coming true, which was after on my 10th wedding anniversary, getting married, which was like, well, to us was like a renewal vows, but it was a church wedding in a church where I was baptized and had my first communion and a confirmation. It was dream coming true. I was always dreaming to do that. So that's one. And a second, in my professional life, number speaks volume. Till now, till this year, my biggest achievement when it comes to offers in compromise with internal revenue was achieving a break from $2.1 million. I settled to 100,000. But this year, this year I beat my record, and from $5 million tax that we were able to settle to $34,000. So yay. uh give
Have you even worked out the percentages on that? What is that? 0.01, 0.03, point zero
didn't
zero
bother
three?
I didn't bother doing that. I'm just happy for my client, because that gives my client a new lease on life. uh,
But
you know that of course, this is not something like, okay, I'm very rich, I own taxes and I don't want to pay it. This is not that kind of situation.
no,
When people coming to me, they are in trouble. This particular person was deeply depressed, and there were circumstances. There are always circumstances that lead to this kind of situation. Like I mentioned before,
yeah,
no one is born, and want to grow up to be a taxpayer who owns millions of dollars to the government.
right.
But having this lifted off that person's shoulder and being able to start new life without that debt, to pick that's a beautiful thing. So I'm thankful for that.
Isn't
That I
it
was able
great?
to do that.
Isn't it great when you actually can see you've made a difference in a client's life or even a client or customer or patient's life? It's very interesting. Like, I'm very happy when I see someone say, "Hey, because of your website, we did this, or we got this, or oh my God." And sometimes it's not right away. Like this year, I'm not laughing, Tavia, but this year I helped this person get her website like going, like she's out there now, and the thing to the point where the company she was working with before can't even manage her business. Like they can't keep up. Um, and so she has to break away in order to handle her stuff herself. They were upset about the website. They're upset about how much business she's coming in. Meanwhile, she's like, you're upset because I'm making me and you more money. It's just not what they expected. And she's doing so well. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna move forward and get this done in this way and that way and that way. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. And every time she picks up the phone and calls me, she's like, Brian, I'm doing this because you helped me out and this is moving forward. And I feel so happy and grateful for that. So I'm very happy that you found that. But each of the clients who I help, even if it's like a minuscule thing, sometimes it's small. Sometimes it looks like it's not happening fast. And then all of a sudden you see it shoot up. Plant that mustard seed, man. Plant that mustard seed. That's one of my things. It's like plant a seed every day. Plant a seed every day. And I like that we get this to do this thing that we're doing here. This look at my background all mess up.
Yeah. Come on, you're spoiling the secret.
Yeah, I'm destroying it.
You in your vacation house in Aspen,
Yeah,
where you play your piano watching the snow falling.
yes,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm a virtuoso, and you see my lovely fireplace behind me. Oh, that's so, but yeah, I'm very happy when that happens. And I'm very thankful for that. That's a great feeling when someone actually says to you, I wouldn't be here if we hadn't figured this out with you or whatever. That's fantastic. Okay. So, of course, we've done food, we've done professional, we've done friends and family. What are you trying to do before the end of the year? Do you have any Black Friday specials you want to tell me about? Or it wasn't a thing, but yeah.
Well, I have a few things on my desk that they need to be done before the end of the year. So,
We all have those. Yes.
well, I have those in my next room. I have paintings that I would like to complete and start
Mm,
one that is extremely important to me, but I think I'm gonna wait till beginning of the year. Well, maybe I'm gonna start preparation before the end of the year.
okay.
And in December, there's another little thing uh, that I want to complete. We'll see if that's gonna happen. And yes, so there is, and of course, I have a project for beginning of next year.
Okay.
Um, but I will wait with announcing that.
You're not gonna tell me. It's good. It's good. Sometimes you don't want to tell. Sometimes, yeah, I have another person in my life who came to me and she's like, Ryan, we're working on this together, but I have some other things I want to do, and I just don't want to say anything yet because sometimes when you say something, then all of a sudden people get in your business, and the next thing you know, they mess it up, or it doesn't work out the way you expected it to work out. So it is what it is. Yeah, and see, this makes sense now. That's true.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we'll have an amazing we'll have an amazing end of the year, ladies and gents. If you're looking for that, please do. Um, okay, so I think I want to tell you all happy Thanksgiving again. I hope you didn't hurt yourself on all the Black Friday deals, like breaking it. Are they doing that still? Do people still do that? Like fight to get into Walmart for a TV?
Very quickly, let me tell you, I made one attempt at Black Friday. That was 26 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. Of course, it was Friday, so
Mhm.
I had a good sleep, I had a good breakfast. Um, I wrap up my son because he was a baby, in a nice clothes so he can be warm. And we went to Macy's for a Black Friday. I was there around
Okay.
11 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, it was a hurricane inside the store. What happened? Things all over the place, things on the floor, things broken. And like, I was very quickly leaving that place. I went to another store, similar situation. I was like, never, ever again. There
Doing
was,
it again.
no, I don't need anything that badly that I have to go and inflict pain on others or myself to get something few bucks for few bucks less. Cyber Monday, it's much less safer and financially more beneficial. That's my
Yes.
experience. But at this point, like, what? No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. It's a
no.
whole thing. When we did it it might have been a couple decades ago too. But when we did it, see, we were there at 5 a.m. in the morning. Like we'd get there at 5 a.m. at 6 a.m. Right? That crazy. And the next day, like we knew, and we like go to bed early on Thanksgiving night, so that Black Friday we'd show up. This is like when I was living in Queens at the time. So then we'd go to like the Gateway Mall that's along the the Belt Parkway in Queens. If you're from Queens, you might know, but you get there, they have Best Buy and Target and like some shoe stores and whatever. I mean, people, like a sea of people standing outside and waiting to get. And then you rush in and find this or find that or whatever. But by that time, like our kids, oh, we didn't have the babies yet. We had the older kid, and she could get around by herself, and everybody had their phone, so we did what we did. But it was crazy. You got to get there at 6 o'clock. So you're saying you got there at 11? It was already a whirlwind because it was over by that time. I
Yeah,
mean, I
there's
remember, and there are stores that don't exist anymore that got put out of business because of the crazy that was going on. And I feel like they've also put a lot of rules in place where that just doesn't happen anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, your best bet is Small Business Saturday if you're here on Long Island. I believe that your local independent small businesses are here to save us. You can order things from them and go and pick it up. Literally, it's right there. You don't have to wait weeks or months for whatever it is to show up. You know that it's there. And when you purchase something from your local independent small business here in town, for every $100 that you spend, $68 stays in your local community. What are they doing? They're buying local goods themselves. They're getting things from other suppliers right here in town. And the sales tax that is used from a local business that is local, that is here, okay, whether you're buying it online or you're buying it in the actual store, when you are purchasing something from a local independent small business, the sales tax goes to your roads right here in town. It goes to your schools right here in town, your volunteer fire department. That's the sales tax. That's what that is for. So while you may think that it might be easier to buy something from one of the online giants, I'm trying not to say people's names because I don't want any, I don't want any problems. One of the big box stores, from one of the chains, not franchises, because sometimes franchises are locally owned. But the chain stores. Oh, okay. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, a chain store is different from a franchise in that a chain is a bunch of franchises that are all owned by corporate. And so when you go to them and say, "Hey, can you donate something for our little league team here in town?" They're like, "Oh, we have to go to our regional corporate man." And then eventually they just tell you no. Okay. You get on the phone and you're holding forever. This happened to me multiple times when I was working in chambers of commerce trying to get things. But if you go to your local independent business, they look them in the eye, the business owners right in the eye, and they will help you out with your charity, with your local team, for the stuff that's for your kid. You know what? You can't go to certain big company and ask for that same thing. While they might do it every now and then, it's just not a regular thing. It is what it is. So it's worth it to you to support local independent business. If you only spend an extra, I think it's $20 or so locally, instead of buying everything from everywhere else, you put $3 million in this local economy, like on a regular basis. you just got to buy things from us here in the area on a regular basis. I'm not just
Yes.
talking restaurants.
No,
I'm
plus
talking about,
it's nicer, plus it's more personal. You go into a small store, the owners are nice. They will help you. You're getting better personal care. You having good quality products. This is not something like cookie cutter, production that it's going to be like everywhere else. You have
yes,
more personal touch. You have more
yes,
personal touch. If you have a problem, you know where to go. You can talk straight to a person, and they're much easier to reduce your stress, simply to reduce your stress.
yeah.
So absolutely go to small business owners, and you will get so much better care, and you'll be much happier with your products.
Yeah. I know sometimes the discounts aren't as deep, but it's because you are getting so much more value, right? You'll
The
get
quality, the
yeah,
quality
your
is there.
quality is so much different,
Yeah.
and you get more variety of goods. Again, I don't want to say people in the name of certain retailers, but you go into some of these big giant retailers, and if you want a particular kind of thing, there might be one, two, three, four, and that's it. They're actually paid to keep certain things on the shelf in certain ways. But then you go to your local independent small business and you're like, what is this brand? I've never seen this before. And they're like, well, that's the really good one because they've actually tried it. They've figured it out. They know their business and they're trying to help you understand it as well. And so I think that the variety that comes in because they are small business owners is really a big deal. Wow. Kind of went off on a tangent there with that, but I'm very passionate about local independent
We
small
can
business.
see, we can see.
I think it's a really big deal, like just handling things. I mean, you can call some big corporation and like, oh, we're going to handle this or whatever, but sometimes you can't even talk to a real person. It's crazy. It's just
Yes.
ridiculous. But yeah, ladies and gents, I want to say thank you so very much. Thank you. We're grateful for you. We're grateful for you watching. We're grateful for you talking to us, ladies and gents. Anything else before I sign off here, Agnes?
Just have enjoy the holiday season, and enjoy this Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Love, Death, and Taxes, sponsored by nytaxresolutions.com and or tax resolutions and bookkeeping, where you can definitely get your issues solved if you're having major issues with your taxes. We are going into tax seasons. Do not leave it until the last minute, where then you're paying for all this stuff. Reach out to nytaxresolutions.com, figure out how you can take care of that. If you want to send us some information, or you want to ask some information, or you want to suggest what we should be talking about on the show, send that to mailbag@lovedeathandtaxes.com, because we are here. We hopefully listen from you, hear from you. If you catch the show, okay, 5 o'clock, right around that time, if you're catching the show, you can actually talk to us during the live stream, and we'll be happy. We'll put up your comment, your content, and talk to you about whatever else is going on. So, ladies and gents, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your exciting Good Friday, Black Friday, and I hope you go out and support local businesses, as it is Small Business Saturday tomorrow. And there are probably going to be a bunch of holiday tree lightings and other holiday things that are getting started, taking pictures with Santa and all that that's coming up in this next season right here. Have a great time. Enjoy. Thank you so much, Agnes.
Bye.
Okay.